Okay, Assalamualaikum and good afternoon everyone. Welcome to SITEC and thank you for joining us today. And I know many of you are first time here, first time coming, okay, so we have more than half first time. And how many of you don't know what is SITEC? Have no idea, never heard before. SITEC, can I? Okay, so then we have to do some introduction. Okay, I'm just going to do like a very short introduction. Azwan, don't click. Okay, so basically, SITEC, sorry. Okay, so this is a SITEC publications. So over 2 or 3 years, we've done some book for report. So whatever that we did for the e-commerce growth in Selangor, whatever that we contribute to the e-commerce, so we did a report. So if you want the report, you can request from Kanadia. So inside the report, there will be some insight about e-commerce for the past 3 years. Okay, this is our Smart City International. Okay, so about SITEC. So basically we established in 2015 under the Secretary of Selangor State. So we are under Selangor State through Invest Selangor. So this, as you can see here, Invest Selangor was appointed, okay, under our Chief Executive is Mr. Yong Kai Peng. So whatever is here is under his direction. And so for SITEC we have 4 trusts. So we are focusing. Okay, so SITEC achievement. So as of today, as of 2017, 31st December 2017, we have 58 total e-commerce classes. So this will be the 64 or 65. And then we already reached about 80,000 e-commerce startups. We help them go to online, and then we help major e-commerce conference organized and 2 smart city events. So for online 100 achievements, we already help merchants to create 300 mobile apps for free. 300 Selangor retailers on board. So this is one of our online 100 program, and total GMV is 7.3 million for these 300 merchants, and total online merchant order from June to December is about 51k on this. Okay, so this is the 4 trusts of SITEC. One is online 100. Later I'll go one by one, very short. Next is apps 100. So this one is they work together. You are in this program, you will get the apps. Why is it 100? Is because we only allocate a budget for 100 merchants. But it depends. Maybe this year we have, I think we extend a bit more, maybe 120 or 130. And this is the place here, co-working space is Selangor Digital Creative Center. And the last one is e-commerce education, which is what we have today. Okay, so online 100 is free Selangor State Government sponsored program. Partners is for online marketplace, Ubeli, Lazada, Eventual and Shopee for 0 barrier entry. So total 300, total GMV, okay, this one, you know. Okay, so this is, if you want to know more about online 100, we have a booth outside. So you can talk to Azwan. Azwan is the person in charge. You can ask them about how to join this program. I think we still have about 80 or 70 slots for online 100. Okay, so this is some snapshot, top 3 product category by online 100. So 2016, health, beauty, home and living and fashion. 2017, home, living, health, beauty and fashion. So basically, it's almost the same. Okay, top selling product categories. So baby and kids, I think the most famous one, fashion, and the rest is beauty, groceries, sports, electronic. So if you want to join the online 100, you can have a look at this, graph, whether your products will be suitable or not. Okay. Next, okay, demographic. So this is Selangor map. So we have one from Sabah Benam, and the rest, most of them are from PG lah, Klang Valley. Okay, apps 100. So once you join Online 100, so you are entitled to get your own mobile apps for your business. So we'll create, for example, I'm selling perfume. So I sell it on this 4 marketplace. So after that, for this apps program, they will create mobile apps for me for my own product and logo. So you can promote it through that. So whoever your follower, they can just go to your mobile app, click and purchase from there. Okay, this is apps 100. Okay, as DCC, we are 11,000 square feet equated co-working space. We have free photo studio. This photo studio is for everyone, not just for SITEC. Anyone, you register or you don't register, you can just come, book the slot, and it's free. Okay? And then these hall classes, and we have photo studio cafe, and also if you have any inquiry about e-commerce or you don't know which platform to use, you can come here and we can help you. Okay? Next is EC Class. So EC Class is free and open to all. So the plan for EC Class is for the first half of the year, which is January until June, we will do a free class. This one is very basic for everyone to get to know about e-commerce. And then for the second half of the year, we will do a master class. Master class is from 10 to 5. So basically it's whole day. It is hands-on. So if you're going to Facebook marketing, so you need to bring your laptop, and our coach will teach you to do on the spot. But there will be a minimum fee for that for commitment. Okay, and then for the schedule for e-basic, I can pass to you later lah. We have a lot of class. And then okay, next. So this is some of our initiative: SITEC Academy, Top E-commerce Merchant Awards, e-commerce conference. I think what's relevant to the merchant is you can join this Top E-commerce Merchant Awards. We have it every year, so that because it's a good opportunity for you to be in the media, for people to know about your products. I think we haven't opened yet for this year. Maybe another next month or next 2 months. Okay, SITEC Academy is whatever that you learn from here. You need a slide, you need a video, you can check the SITEC Academy, we upload everything there. Okay, so you can download yourself. If you're doing a class for your staff, you just download and then you can do it there. And then hackathon, feature commerce. Okay, next. Okay, this is SITEC Academy website. So topic module can. This is our merchant awards. So basically, if you win, you get 10,000 free. Okay, this is 2017, last year. This is our e-commerce conference. And also in SITEC we are promoting e-commerce and also a startup program. The Startup Connect. If you're a startup, you can visit this and you can register. So we will connect you with other startup. Okay, this is Startup Quest. This is our big events lah. Basically, it's a Smart City Conference. This year we have another one. We call it as Selangor Smart City and Digital Economic Convention. So this year team is we have I think about a few hundred of startups joining us from South Asia Pacific. Okay, I think most of them are pictures and just a media coverage. Okay, anyone have a question about SITEC? Yes.
You just mentioned the last item, your SITEC convention staff convention.
Yes.
How do we get information about that?
Okay, once we haven't live yet. We will live at the end of the month, but you can visit the website lah, sdecconvention.com. But not all the information are there yet. But we're still updating it. I think we will launch it by April, 1st April. Okay, and now we are running one program. They call it Selangor Accelerator Program. I think it's on your chair just now. So let's invite Anne to talk about more, to give some insight more about the program. Thank you.
Hey, thank you. My name is Anne. I'm the startup manager of SITEC. So as you can see on your chair, you have this brochure. It's about the Selangor Accelerator Program. So just in case you don't know what is Accelerator Program, so this is actually a program that we designed to help young early stage startup, tech startup, particularly for the technology startup, to actually have like about 3 to 4 months training, and from there they can scale up their business. So let's say today you have already come up with mobile apps that are providing certain services, let's say about connecting different restaurants with the consumers, and you can provide like delivery, things like Foodpanda, or maybe you are actually having a website that allow us to do booking through booking of homestays in Malaysia, something like Airbnb, things like that. So if you have this kind of products with you, solutions, and you already in the market, and you have received some market traction, as in maybe you have some listings on it, and you have people started to try using your solutions and all that, but you don't know what will be the next step. So how can I actually grow from maybe I have 10 bookings to 100 bookings per month? So if you have doubts, you have like all these questions, like how to scale up your business, so you can actually apply through this program. You can go to www.citec.com.my/SAP2018, which is actually at the back of the brochure. So you can just submit through Google Form with your 90-second pictures, a 5-page pitch deck, and of course your company incorporation certificate. So we require your company register under 3 years, less than 3 years, meaning you are still very young and new, the company, and you need help. So this program is actually free. Everything that, like all the workshops that we are providing, all the mentorship, all the food, all the field trips, in local field trips and all that, everything is free. So what you need to do is you have to commit to finish all the classes. So total we have around 10 days, full days for classes, workshops and mentoring. So other than that, during week, I just want to highlight that the 10 days that I mentioned here is basically fall on weekends. So meaning if you are running a business, Monday to Friday you focus on your business. Saturday, Sunday you come and learn. After you have learned, you can apply what you have learned to experiment on your existing business, your customers, during the weekdays time. So we will do it like fortnightly, so we will not take up every weekends. Then we will monitor your progress, make sure that you hit your KPI, your target to, let's say you want to scale up to 100. So we will monitor from time to time. So how is the progress and all that. So someone will be like leading you throughout these 3 months. So by end of the day, you will see the result of like you can actually reach 1 year growth within few months. Okay. So what you need to do is you just submit all the information here, and we will notify you once you are selected. We will only we will only recruit maximum up to 30 teams, because we cannot take so many teams. And from the 30 teams, you go through all this program. By end of the day, you have a demo day where you will be having this opportunity to pitch to potential investors. And from the 30 teams, we will select top 10. So the top 10 teams, you will benefit a lot from this program, because we will bring you to China, to Beijing, the top university, Tsinghua University, for a field study trip, networking, pitching to investors, of course, and also you will be able to meet a lot of leading technology companies, including leading AI companies in Shenzhen, and also accelerator programs in China. So this trip is fully funded by Selangor government. So every startup you can have 2 persons to actually go for the field trip study. And come back, of course, is not the end yet. We want to bring you to another level. So all these 10 teams will be having a chance to go on stage to pitch during the Selangor Digital Economy Convention that Salman mentioned just now. So you will be seen by a lot of investors, of course, and business partners during the convention. And out of the 10, we will select the top 5. So the top 5, you will be able to enter the next day. We call it Selangor International Pitching Competition, where you will be pitching on stage, fighting with other countries' startups. So far, we have startups from Korea, we have startups from India, Indonesia, Thailand. They will be here to compete with you and to actually aim for the grand prize of 100,000 ringgit Malaysia cash prize. So the whole journey that if you join in this program is actually like from mentorship, from meeting investors, from learning from the industry experts, until by end of the day you will be able to go on stage to pitch and be seen by public and potential business partners and your customers and all that. And of course, by end of the day, you will have all this group of people that will walk the journey of entrepreneur with you. So if you are interested, you can go to our website. So these are all our partners. So you will be able to see all of them during our pitching final demo day. And of course, some of them, they are leading China Accelerator, they are leading accelerator in China. So they have a lot of opportunities for you to expand your business. So if you would like to know more about this program, you can actually look for my colleague Kusha. She will be sitting outside at the counter, first counter, so you can ask her any questions. So we are open for registrations now. The class will start only on end of April. 28 will be the first class. Okay? So if you have friends that in the startup industry as well, please tell them the good news. So we have everything ready for them and everything is for free. Okay? Thank you.
Actually already doing e-commerce business. What? Okay, you can be part-time, you can be full-time, or you can be working for a company e-commerce. I just want to have a show of hand. At least like an audience. 1, 2. Okay, alright. Alright, we have probably less than I think 10-15 people in this room out of probably about I think 8 people right now. Okay, the capacity. So we have roughly about 10-15 people in e-commerce business. So then can I ask the next question? The rest are in this room. What are you here for today? Sorry? Not because of free food, right? You know Selangor is very good, right? It's like free water, free food, free drinks, free SAP 2018, and a lot more, right? So kudos to Selangor government for all the initiatives giving to all the anak in Selangor, right? So any reason why you guys are here? I don't have to know, right? You're not sure. Curiosity, how to start, or worry because this is disruptive technology very in. Today I'm sure you go to any corners of the world, people talk about e-commerce, right? You are not in, you don't know what's going on and you don't know what's in it, you better know what's going on to happen, right? That's the reason. That's the reason 3 years ago I quit my job to start this journey, right? Before I start this thing, I want to break the ice, right? Can I have those who are sitting at the back, you don't mind to move forward a little bit because now the slide is not easy for you to see. You don't mind to move forward, so we have, is it okay? Oh, you can see from there, you're okay? Fine? Good. Don't worry, I won't pick you because you're at the back, right? Can we, I want to show you one funny video to start with, in case you're not sure why you're e-commerce, right? And why this is a grandparents telling why you should be e-commerce. So why don't you take a look at this funny video first before we start the class? Is it okay? Good, right, thanks. Let's enjoy, yeah? This one, if you're sorry for those if you don't understand Hokkien and Singapore Hokkien, you understand better. I will translate later. Can you play it?
你等你出来敲卡咩？唔是咩？
我是敲卡，但是我若出来是咧做生意。
你做咩生意？我问下你做咩？
我是做咧 online 生意。
我切个做 online 啊？
唔是 online， 我是做 online， 我们叫做网上购物。
网上购物才购物，你白天唔使购物啊？我是咧网上啊，我这生意是全新加坡无人做，我一个人咧做。
啊，你坐是我讲就听。其实啊，你莫行过来看人做，这个物件是安看咧，你爱卖什么物件，你就放去电脑，爱卖什么你就放，爱卖什么你就放。啊，伊就去电脑爱买物件咧，伊若是暑假，伊就订，伊就买迄个物件。啊，有个人一般咧是爱买2项，但是伊愈订愈爽，就订。
So yeah, for those who understand Hokkien, I think you enjoy the joke more, right? So the simple story, of course, you know who this is. This is one of the comedians in Singapore. You're saying that if you don't know what to do, is everybody start to buy it online, and you need to upload product to sell, and you buy, and you keep pressing, right? It's a habitual thing. When you keep pressing, and keep pressing, then you start conversing in sales. You see money coming. So that's a simple joke. Of course, the joke is because the way they speak, and it was in Hokkien, very funny, Singlish way. So that's the bottom of it. Let me allow to start by showing introduction of, this is the agenda I will take you through. There will be 2 speakers for this session for today. Then I will first do a quick introduction about myself and my company, getting to know the marketing mix. I will go a bit on theory. As you know, this is an introduction course. I will not go very in-depth to exactly how to do it. I'll show you some live example. If got time, I will go into the live store, some of the store that we manage. In case that some of you are my customer in the room. A lot of classes I go, actually you're a customer in my room, just that you don't know who you buy from, right? So you may know, oh, okay, that store actually belongs to our group. Then I will show you also about product management, go deep about product management 101, and content management is where the main topic is. Online business is slightly different from offline. I will take you through the journey of what's different when I go through the class. And last but not least, if you want to have a good class today, I expect you to be more engaging. The more you ask, the more we engage, the better the atmosphere, and so that people won't fall asleep. Is it okay, guys? Yes. Good, right. So let me just do a quick intro myself. For me, I am a veteran in the corporate IT industry. Some of you, if you're IT, you may know me. I spent 20 over years in a lot of leadership roles in the IT market, from companies like Intel, Microsoft, NEC, and Lenovo, and so on. That was my last role before I quit. I was a GM for Microsoft Malaysia and consumer business. So, in fact, before that, I was also in the CPU business. So every computer inside has something called Intel CPU, right? So that was a business of it. Every computer have a Windows operating system. That was a business of it. Have an Office. I was the one who brings Surface, if you know the brand, to Malaysia. So those are the brands I've brought up. So a lot of program management background. So history, right? Well, I quit the job in the corporate life because I noticed there's this industry called e-commerce coming up. It's a huge opportunity. A lot of people are jumping in, big volume are coming in. Today, you practically can buy everything online. I'm serious. You can buy big furniture online. People deliver in store for you. You buy grocery online. You buy anything online today. You can do anything online. So this is the trend. But let me also put a caveat. Will offline business go away? The answer is no. Offline business will continue to be strong, but you need to make sure you know how to balance the online and offline part of the business if you are having both part of the business. Okay? So that's roughly about background of the business. I founded this company called CickAsia that is about 2015, March, I guess. That's why I said I'm not qualified for the 3 years thing anymore, right? Today we have operation in Malaysia and Singapore. We have offices. We started in Malaysia first, then we also opened office in Singapore in 2016 last year, right? About 1 year in business. And this is the background of who we are. Just walk you through. We started as an e-tailer, founded in 2015. Today we are joint partnership. I'm one of the major shareholders of the company and co-founder. We have partnership both in Malaysia and Singapore. We are really startup. I call it because I came from MNC background. So a lot of MNCs peers, a lot of MNCs people in my team, but we are a startup mindset, very aggressive. And also today we operate more than 28, I think I lost count, should be 30 plus right now, right, of online stores across Malaysia, Singapore, doing for a lot of leading brands. The brand I mentioned down there you see, right, because I came from IT, right, I start off with a lot of technology companies first. People like Acer, Acer is in Malaysia, Singapore, Asus in Singapore, Logitech in Malaysia, Singapore, Microsoft in Singapore, WD, storage were very big, right? In storage, you want to buy any storage business, you don't want to pay for your toll, go jam all the way to Laoya and digital mall to buy. You just buy online from us. We are one of the best deal in town and also competitive. Full range. No single store in Malaysia have more range than us today, right? And Fitbit, Samsung in Singapore. Last 6 months ago, we appointed a lot of e-distributors. So we're doing all the luxury brand. You see, we started with Flexonic, Biotherm, Shu, Mura, And of course, if you know L'Oreal business, there are many more of this brand. We also have launched a few more this year. I cannot mention the two brands. The two brands A, B, and in fact C. I have about 20 stores to open this year. 20 more new stores to open this year in the business. They are all top 10 FMCG global. Top 3, in fact, some of them is. L'Oreal is number 1 in FMCG in the form of beauty. So there are a few more in the coming. In the brand, your household brand. That's all. Your household brand you will use one will also coming to on board in the next 2 months. So this is the journey that we take to build up the business. We are today is a multi-million-dollar business. Right from the year 1 we are in business. Okay, so that's the business we are in. We are only selling the platform. So a lot of people ask me, you go to CickAsia or website, you see only technology stuff that does not represent you because less than 1% of business is done through our own platform. I don't build an e-store to try to sell to compete in marketplace. We are a partner with marketplace. So that's basically the business model. And we are a major player in the marketplace for major brands inside the marketplace. That's how the business model is. Okay, I hope this is a quick intro about our company and who we are. So a little bit about myself, right? Because seriously, 3 years ago, I know nothing about e-commerce. I was sitting in this room as one of you, also listening to many speakers who are trying to be sharing with us the knowledge. But down the journey, the last 1-2 years, I evolved a lot, right? I learned a lot, I apply, I adopt, and now I'm a frequent speaker since last year. Major e-commerce seminars in 1,000 people events, moderators, coach and mentor for a lot of startups as well. So these are some of these. And along, I also the winner for some of the top 10 SITEC awards. If you guys already own e-store and you want to get recognitions, the yearly SITEC's top e-commerce award in Malaysia is like the Grammy Award of the e-commerce industry. So you know some of the names, including, of course, the other one is Index awards. Last year was a good year for us. We won both awards. In fact, MDEC we won 2016-17 concurrently in terms of revenue recognitions. And also SITEC last year we got it. I joined 2016, I didn't get it. I was in the top 50. But last year we got the top 10, so it was lucky, right? So last year was a good year that we won both. Those are the good ones to build up your brand name, your company brand name. Right? That's important. In the e-commerce market, in fact, the community is very close. We are a very close community. Right, and you need to know, and platform like SITEC is a very good avenue for you to learn who we are, and there are many people, right? So, get to the what we are today. Okay, first and foremost, how many of you here are marketing experts, marketing field? You are in marketing field, or yes, you are, right? Or somehow, I'm sure a lot of us have a formal degree that you come out from colleges or university that you study the principle of marketing with a guru called Philip Kotler, right? Those books that I don't think you want to carry anymore, right? The 4P, 5P, 7P of marketing. Let me walk you through the marketing things, right? So this is the 8P in the e-commerce thing that I want to share with you, right? Okay, the theory still applies, but today when you run to e-commerce business, you use a different tactics on marketing on the internet as compared to the traditional way. This slide is available online later, right? You can download, right? So you don't have to take picture, it's okay. You can download a clearer copy. You don't have to worry about taking picture. You can download a clearer copy later, right? So what happens is that first you must have a product. Every of you have a product. If you don't have products, you better know what product you have first or services before you try to sell online. The next thing you must know what is the place you choose to sell a product. What price point you want to position a product. Who are you targeting against, right? And what type of promotion strategy is important. You want to erode your brand, not erode. You're selling a luxury brand, you're selling a premium brand, you're selling a price-driven brand, so it's a different strategy. Pricing strategy is very important, right? The next thing is about people. In every business, the most important thing is about people. Starting from you and your people, the people who are supporting the business is very important, right? And of course, the other area, look at the place for online is process. Particularly in online business, the process is super important. What I mean important is because so online is very important because when you manage orders, if you're doing as a part-timer, okay, part-timer say can be a few orders a day, less than 10 orders a day. To somebody doing full-time business, we are talking about a few hundred to thousands orders a day. The process needs to be in place to manage the whole supply chain management. So process is not important. Okay, your positioning is equally important, and last but not least is your packaging. packaging of product online is very important. The customers didn't have a chance to see you, but the first time they get in touch with you is by receiving the first parcel. So your packaging is also a physical evidence. In the old school, in the traditional form, I teach this part, I say in the offline business, physical evidence is very important. You know what is physical evidence? I give you an example. We all know McDonald's. Of course, McDonald's, every part of the world changed a little bit. I tell you the jokes about I went to McDonald's China recently and it was a real joke. But you all know Starbucks. We all know any part of the world we may not speak their language. We know where to go to order our drinks. We know where to collect our drink. Very normal. And where to go and add milk and coffee. Correct? That's because the way they design the flow is called the physical evidence. That's experience, consumer purchase journey experience. That's physical evidence. Starbucks, the same. McDonald's, the same. With the exception of recently I went to China, it's so advanced that they only have 2 counters with nobody paying because everybody going to the kiosk and press the button and can only pay by WeChat Pay or Alipay, which I don't have. I can't even proceed to pay payment. I book everything, so I need to print out and go to the counter and pay cash with my renminbi, of course. Then my son asked me, Daddy, are you sure you're an e-commerce business? Even auntie there also got WeChat Pay. Right, so that, okay, I think we blame our ecosystem not ready yet because our bank account didn't tie to WeChat, but it's coming, okay, these are all coming, right? See, the trend is evolving, right? The whole journey is evolving. But you guys follow, this is just a simple chart, but if you are thinking about what you need to do to prepare yourself. The tactics are the one in between, in the middle, right? These are all you people say, social media, fan vote, big data, all these are tactics you can use. I will not go into detail because it will be one course by itself. Alright? The next things I want to walk you through in the purchase journey. This chart I got it from internet. But I'm speaking from where, you know, I'm a seasoned trained marketeer. I also a double master holder, so I will train you from what my courses I learned in the real practice, in the real world of doing business for a field brand, right? In the traditional world, when somebody wants to buy something, let's take a layman term. When somebody has a need recognition, let's say today you want to buy a new car. What is the first thing you do? There's a need, you need a car. You don't want to use Grab, you don't want to use Uber for whatever reason, you want to buy a car. There's a need, right? So stimulus is, there's an itch, I want to buy a car. You do information search. You can, of course, information search is in the old school, don't talk about online world. You go, showroom, hopping. You ask friends, this car brand good, service good. You check around prices, check out promotion. That's information search. That's the first stage of opinion forming stage. Then you evaluate, once you get all the information, you evaluate the alternative that you have. Which brand is better? The service good or not? The service center near to my place or not? Can I afford the after sales service? How is the second-hand value? Those are the evaluation stage in your opinion forming. Right? This is part of the consumer purchase journey. Then what you do, you make a purchase decision. Right? Then you actually decide which are the one you want to buy. You buy. So okay, that's on shelf. That's why the showroom, shelf here before to the showroom. The car showroom itself is so important. That's really the first moment of truth. It means those days when you want to buy a product, you walk to a counter to buy a notebook or desktop. How the showroom display themselves, how the salesperson behavior, how they display is so important. In those FMCG where they call planogramming, right? How they plan out the whole thing for you to have a good purchase experience. That is so important. And last but not least, you buy. You buy is your real experience. That is your real experience, your after the box experience. And then Apple product, for instance, you are good in. The moment you open your box, the feeling is different. You buy an LV bag, for instance, many of you here own LV bag before, some of you, right? LV bag is not about the brand, it's about the experience of owning and opening and being served. That's the brand represent today, right? Then the post purchase and so on and so forth, right? When you fast forward this to an online world, they change the whole landscape completely. You see, in the past, the shelf space, the first moment of truth is actually at the retail shop. But because online world has completely changed the opinion of that individual about the product or about the brand or about the shop before they even walk to the shop. What do you mean by that? There's something called zero moment of truth that was introduced. Zero moment of truth means today there's a need recognition. But do you know today a lot of us buy things sometimes we bought because our friend posted on Facebook, it's so good that we first learn about it. Then we need to understand the thing and later we also buy it. not because that it was our need stimulus recognition. That's because the social media have changed the way of the need recognition. So that's becoming a new way of implementing. So it's new stimulus, right? Because of some bloggers or some social media site said so, right? Yeah? There's a review and vendor site. The vendor tell you so. The review site tell you so. There's also third-party opinions. It's so neutral opinion is very important, right? Then you look at the site. Your opinion forming are informed ahead before you step into the shop. And those are the things is important online today. Okay, that's why I call zero moment of truth in this part. Online can do the job. This is not even your customer yet. You must understand. They are just doing opinion forming. So your customer life cycle journey you're going to do before the sales is even more important, and also after the sales in online. The next step is really in the space where they buy. When they know what they want already, they decided they want to buy already. But price, not only Malaysians, everybody also do so, right? But sometimes they will check out the alternative option. What are the places I can shop? So that alternative mindset have to come in, right? That's where you look at marketplaces, look at some of the stores, look at your e-stores, look at your apps and so on. They look at all options to find the same product they can find. Today, you don't have to tell them where to find, they just go to Google, they can get anything. Right? You can search anything online. The next thing, when they're about to buy, the worst case today is that when you heard about this called Omni-Channel, sometimes people want to buy an electrical item, they already know what model they want already. They go and take picture in, let's say, all the famous electrical shops. You know what they do today? They go online, take out their phone and check, this is the price. Can you match? I buy from you. You heard before this story? Very normal today. So that experience also come in. How do people, retailer, you are in this business, if your customer, you have online, offline, how do you manage the pricing strategy? So all these become a consideration for business owner if you are going online for both on and offline. So today, how do you integrate your marketplace, your e-tail and your e-store experience in one first moment of truth is becoming another challenge. If you have a physical store and online store. Alright? And last but not least, post-purchase. Those days in a traditional business, other than some of the services, I say that thank you for buying, you go out from a shop, I earn your money, please don't come back. There are some mindset in the past, correct? In those post, I hope new customer. But today in the life cycle journey, you want to know why they buy from you, why they choose to buy from you, can they buy again? Because a life cycle journey is so important. I give you an example. Many of us here have handphone. I'm not going to ask this stupid question, say who don't have a handphone in this room? Most people have more than one handphone in this room, correct? But do you know your life cycle journey of buying a new phone? Average is how many years? 2 years, 3 years, you change one handphone, right? Today, wherever age you are until we are not in this world, how many handphones you're going to buy if the handphone technology don't change? The laptop, quite a while already, right? Notebook. Right? Since I started business, I think in the early 90s now. Yes, my age, right? And 80s, you already see the laptop, the bigger one coming up till today, still laptop, right? But how many, that is like 3-4 years you buy once. So the brand loyalty, customer journey, buying pattern, this is important. You need to know. So post-sales also very important. So this chart is simple in theory, but it's actually the consumer life cycle journey from beginning to the end. Okay, I hope it enlightened you a little bit. Is it too heavy? Good? Okay, I'll move on. Feel free to stop me. So today, again, so now I decided I need to have an online store. Then the next thing you do, you know what you do? Should I run an e-store myself, like some of these on the left brand, or should I join marketplaces to compete in the world of heavy competitors out there? In this question, what's the right answer? Wrong answer? Anyone? There's no wrong or right answer. You can do both, you do both. But there's a cost of doing both. You need to know. Okay, you need to make a decision. I give you an example. Ladies will know who is Hermo, right? Okay, Hermo also in Shopee today, because last month I was told, right? I came out from Shopee meeting just now to tell me, they just join them. Why should Hermo also join Shopee? You ask yourself, right? Watson, you guys know, right? Watson also in every single marketplace. Tesco also in single marketplace. Why should you join? So you look at it, is marketplace or your own brand? There's no right or wrong answer. Depending on how your strategy is and depending on how big, how small your business is, there's always a right and wrong way. You have to think what is best for you at the stage of the business. Okay, that's the only thing I want to bring for this slide. Of course, the other consideration to go deep a little bit is that your product nature is important. Your competitive analysis, whether you have your own products or you're buying from somebody's products, those are consideration as well. So those are the pointers that you really need to consider. Okay? Okay, I'm going back to product a little bit, right? In a product management life cycle, this is a little bit theory, but let me use the layman term to share out what is this slide all about. When this word called product management or brand management or category management, they are somehow intervened quite similar. But let me just rephrase what is the difference between the three. In the industry I came from called IT, computers, right? Or in many industry associates, you heard this title, you become product manager, product executive. Those are doing product management job. Okay? When you go to FMCG market, they like to give it the word to you, I'm a brand manager. Right? That means they are the P&L owner for that brand. Of course, reporting to some division, GM and so on. There is a brand owner. Right? When you go to a new era of business in e-commerce or even some FMCG have changed, some IP also have changed, there's this thing called category manager. Category manager is the encompass of bigger portfolio. They look at from P&L all the way to planogramming, all the way to listing the product and how the whole consumer journey experience. That is called category management. Okay? In a nutshell, what's the job all about? It's basically to look at what business to do, the role of the category, the performance, target, strategy, how to do it, implement and review. Basically, these are all theory. That are the job of a product management. In case you want to know what is a product management, category management, because why? If you're in e-commerce, you visit many of the marketplaces, they give a name card, category manager. What does this guy do? Right? So that is the role they do. Okay? The next chart in product management you need to understand is about product life cycle management. It's called a PLC. This in school we learn, right? But in case, let me just refresh your mind a little bit. In every product, I would say there's always a product life cycle. You initiate, you launch a product, the product grows very fast, the product becomes saturated and decline. It's how smart the business owner, the brand owner, or the product manager, category manager, or brand manager, extend the life cycle or continue a new wave, create a new life cycle to sustain the business. That is PLC. In my last 20 years in corporate life, I see product in out, forecast in out. So if you plan your business well, you manage this life cycle well, you make money. You don't manage this well, you can lose like hell. That's true, especially in IT business. Those days when we are doing notebooks, the notebooks model changed every 3 to 6 months. The obsolescence, the price protection, the door to the retailer is so much you can lose if you're not careful. So that's product life cycle management. And it's important. Why I bring this for many of you who are in business, because you may have your own products. Your product also have own shelf life. The life cycle. You must know which stage are they in. Alright? And I want to share a tip here today. In e-commerce business, where do you think is the best time to make money? Let me start. This is stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, and stage 4. Then don't talk about development. Development means those products, I think, not qualified to most people in the room. Only few probably have own developed product before you sell. Stage 1 means you're already starting to introduce product. Then you grow, you mature, and decline. Where do you think is the best time to make money in e-commerce business? Sorry? Grow? Okay. Anyone? Okay. Very subjective by industry, but for my industry, let me share with you. I came from, because I do a lot more technology first, right? Stage 1 and stage 4. Introduction and decline is the best time I love the most. Let me explain to you theory why. When my principal introduced, today I launched a 15,000 gaming notebook online. You think a retailer in any part of Malaysia have the stocks? No. If I immediately launch, immediately I put online, I sell full price. That is the best time I capture the sales without competition. E-commerce can do it, right? Okay. When I come to stage 4 end of life, all the retailer already sell until give up, cannot sell already. My vendor go and suckle back all the stocks. the nationwide stock, put it to one warehouse, pass it to me, you sell for me at how many percent clear off, I just don't want to see the stock anymore. That's also the best time I make money. True or not? In this industry, think about it. So I'm just giving you one example. So you relate back to your own industry. But some product could be growth stage. But growth stage, actually we do business every single stage, stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, stage 4. But the best time to make money is stage 1 and stage 4. You must know, prepare for it. Okay, example, iPhone, everybody loves iPhone X, right? Our group also have many iPhone stores, 8, 9 of them, right? Where do you think the best time to make iPhone business? When there's a new launch, except this year, this year not so good, nobody queue. Too expensive, right? Only queue maybe 1-2 days, right? That's the best time you can secure the stock, you sure make money. You don't have to discount, right? Those are the business you should be in, right? The beginning stage. But you need to have foresight to do it. During end of life clearance, you know, even Apple's strategy today, the iPhone 6s selling at 1,399, 1,299, and the 6s Plus now selling at 2,199. It's also people don't care. It's still an iPhone, it's the biggest screen. Why should I pay so much? I still download the latest OS. Maybe the operating not so good again. It's still doing very well. So stage 1 and stage 4 is still the best time. Depending on how you look at it. I'm just giving some examples. So you can read through. So these are a few things. Okay, the next thing you need to know. Just now, I saw them show you the online 1000 mix. This is the 2016 survey by EC Insider. There's no newer than that in Malaysia. At that point of time, I was entering the market. I look at the e-commerce market, I ask myself, how big is the market? Okay, how big is the market means that is my products I want to sell or the industry I'm in, how many percent already go online? How many percent still offline? You ask yourself these questions in your own respective industry. So this is the 2016 survey. In aggregate those days, it's only 1-2%. Today, no one have the right answer to you, but most of them will tell you around 4-5% is already went online. Okay, I don't want to mention brand. One of the brand I manage is a pretty big device brand. We do big revenue with them every year. We also buy online and offline for use. When I started 3 years ago, was almost zero. Today, 15% of the revenue what we buy is already online. So that's how we transform. Some of the brand has crossed 20%. So this is where the journey will take. Okay. But I also want to put a caveat, will every single people go online and offline will not be there? Completely no. Mature country like US, Japan, Korea, China is a different ballgame. China because not enough shopping mall, the place too big, so no choice but to buy online. I would say that relatively you can compare Malaysia to Korea, US, Japan, right? Quite similar. Geographical quite wide, still got a lot of cities, still got a lot of shopping mall. It's about 20+% online. Just give you a hint. So that's really the benchmark. But the question is that, do you want to lose out to this 20+ and you know what's going on? If you just do offline only, you can now back every day, don't know what's happening. You should not. You should wake up, understand, have a strategy to defend yourself. That's called Omni-Channel. Okay? So take a look at your industry. The one in yellow means that people who shop online, they do opinion forming online and they purchase online. The one in grey is that some people is like that. I see online, I still scared. I better go physically and tell them I want online price to sell to me this price I buy from you. That's called purchase offline. There's still people doing that. Okay, I shop, I do opinion forming, survey all online, I go offline and buy. Still got. So you need both. So I'm coming to the topics of today, right? Content management. It's going to be a little boring a little bit, but I will change today's style. Last year I used a few slides about some of the model. Today I'm going to show you with a mouse or live example of some of the store I manage. Hopefully you're my customer. Hey, I buy from this store because thank you very much. Hopefully you know some of these stores that I manage. So content management is called CMS. When you come online, the biggest challenge for people in doing online business is managing content. Let me explain to you why. Just now we look at the consumer purchase journey. In the old school, sometimes you're the best salesman in the store, right? People like you because of handsome man, pretty woman, I buy, no need to see product, whatever price you mention, I buy. Possible, right? We also customer, correct or not? Because you are, why I don't know why I buy, I was conned by the salesman just now. You tell yourself, these are because of physical engagement. You've got chance to engage. I'm sorry, in online there's no chance for you to engage. The only time you engage a customer is your content. is how you impress people through your content. You have to do a proper content. What is the right content? Content is, that's why managing content is a skill. How to do it right, present. Do you agree? I don't know you agree or not. Sometimes you want to buy a product. Even though they are displayed on the shelf very nice with the branding. Let's take Guardian for instance. I also do FMCG. You walk into Guardian, you will see the L'Oreal Paris label linings and so on. Properly aligned, right? You can all your own and see everyone. Do you think you have the best information about the product before you buy? The answer is no. No sales lady is able to tell you what you're buying. You're just testing for yourself and hopefully you feel good if you buy. Correct? Let's say guys, let's come to guys. I also do Fitbit. Fitbit is the #1 activity tracker from US. Okay, when you buy an activity tracker, people say I want to buy a Fitbit. There's a lot of models of Fitbit. Do you know what you're buying? You want to buy the Ultra 2, you want to buy the Charge 2, or you want to buy the new one. I forgot what's the name already. Right. So these are the three. Do you know what you're buying? But when you come to